As I've been telling you for the last few weeks, there's a lot going on this summer, more than usual in Washington State politically, and the WGOP has been right involved in most of the activity. Uh, Lots of questions this week, as there have been for the last couple, about IL 26-126, the initiative to require proof of citizenship when people register to vote in Washington State. The petitions are out, they're circulating. You're seeing conservatives and Republican Party volunteers at fairs and various public events collecting signatures for proof of citizenship. And the demand has been strong, frankly, a little stronger than we were expecting. So we are circulating these petitions out, depending what part of the state you're in. They are currently available through either your county GOP office or through friendly and supportive businesses or organizations in your area. And if they're not available right now, they will be soon. We're sending bundles of the initiative petitions, these documents, out to all corners of the state. The timeline is friendly. We have until the end of the calendar year to collect approximately 330,000 signatures of registered voters in Washington State in support of proof of citizenship when registering to vote. And that includes a cushion. The actual number to qualify initiatives a little lower than that, about 310,000, but we're going to aim for 330,000 or more to give ourselves that cushion in case there are duplicate signatures or other issues with some of our signatures. The early results are strong. The poll, the request for these petitions and interest in getting the petitions out there and getting signatures in support of proof of citizenship, very strong. We have posted through the wagop.org website an electronic version of this petition. So if you haven't gotten hard copy, you can actually print your own. The thing to remember is it has to be a large format piece of paper, 11 by 17 or close to that. You can't shrink it. You can't make it a small 8.5 by 11 standard piece of paper. It's got to be large, this size, and it's got to say exactly what it is in the PDF file, both on the front and the back. The front of the petition is the title, the concise description, and various RCW required warnings and language about not filling it out fraudulently. We must have that on the document. And then it's places for 20 signatures. You sign, you print your name, and you say your address and what county you live in. On the back side of the petition is the text of IL 26-126 in pretty small type, but the complete text is on the back side of the petition. People can read it if they care to and know exactly what it says. There are no online petitions for initiatives or referenda in Washington State. Got to be in paper. Now you can copy down the online electronic version, but you got to print it out as paper, and when you're collecting signatures, they have to be what they call wet signatures, that is ink signatures on a piece of paper formatted properly. So no online signatures will count toward qualifying this initiative, and that's generally true for initiatives in Washington State. We have until the end of the year, so we have a good amount of time. The time is not quite as urgent as it's been on some of the other initiatives in the last couple of years. The last initiative we supported, which was the initiative that would protect natural gas in new buildings and homes in Washington State, there was a very short window for that one. We only had about 6 weeks. For this one, we've got about 5 months, so there will be time to gather signatures. and you can get other information about the initiative at the website WAGOP, WAGOP.org. There's a link right in the middle of the landing page that will take you to more information about the initiative. The other thing that's been in the news this week for Washington State Republican Party and for everybody in Washington is we've come out this week with our announcement of our school board races that the state Republican Party is supporting. School board races, elections, of course, take place in the odd numbered years. We're in 2025, so that's standard. And they are officially nonpartisan. So the candidates for school board do not run as a Republican or a Democrat. Nevertheless, there are conservatives, there are progressives, and we believe that conservative candidates for school boards generally have a better policy focus. They generally want to return our public schools in Washington State to focus on reading, writing, math, and the hard sciences, chemistry, physics, and biology, and away from the social engineering and political indoctrination that the progressive left champions in our school districts. The focus by the political left and the progressives on social engineering and sort of political indoctrination has made for bad effects for our school districts. Washington State's public school system used to be ranked near the top in the nation, second or third anyway, in the mix, at the top, among the best in the country. In the last decade, that's collapsed. Lately, we rank somewhere in the low 30s, worse than halfway. Lately, in one of the ranking surveys, Washington State's public schools ranked lower than Mississippi's, which took some people by surprise. Mississippi's actually done some good things, and their schools are performing better. Ours here are performing worse. So, our program to support common sense, conservative school board candidates to focus on core learning, reading, writing, math, and the hard sciences, was successful 2 years ago. Tightly focused. We focused on about 36 races. This year, we're expanding that program. It's not going to be just a few dozen. We're aiming at about 80 races in about 60 school districts. There are 295 school districts in total all around Washington. Our expanded program to support common sense conservative school board candidates will take place, will focus on about 61 of those 295 districts. And the districts where we are playing, as they say in politics, where we're supporting candidates, are not cherry-picked to be easy. We're picking districts where we need to turn the district around. We need to add common sense conservative voices to those school boards. And so some of these are going to be tough races, but we've vetted the candidates that we support, and we believe they will have a good chance of getting elected come this November. The school districts, the 61 school districts where we're focusing, are spread geographically all around the state of Washington. They are a mix demographically. Some are in more conservative leaning places, some are in very liberal leaning places. So it's a good mix that will help us develop campaign tools and good candidates in districts and places in Washington where common sense conservatives need to win. So that's what we've been up to this week, getting the petitions out in support of proof of citizenship when people register to vote, and announcing the 61 school districts where the WAGOP is going to support common sense candidates for school boards. There'll be more to tell on both of these fronts and many more as the summer continues and we move into the fall. But for right now, the Washington State GOP is as active as it's ever been. It's been more active this summer than it's ever been. and focusing on fixing what's broken in Washington. Until next week, stay strong and be well.